Hey, okay, so today we're going to start a new unit and it is on volume. Okay, I personally love volume. This is one of my most favorite content to teach. Okay, and we're going to be talking about volume today, tomorrow, and part of next week. So goal number one is I can use a formula to find the volume of a cylinder. And a cylinder looks like this, okay? So your base, what shape is your base? A circle, okay? And then it is round, okay? This kind of looks like you put beans in it or something like that, okay? So it's a can. So that is what we're talking about when we're talking about a cylinder. When we talk about the volume, okay, volume is a measure of how much it can hold, okay? So how much can this container hold, okay? When we talk about how much we can fill this up with something, okay, we're talking about the volume. How much can this hold, okay? So volume is a measure of how much an object can hold. Okay? And it is measured in units cubed. Okay? Now to find the volume of any object, okay, it is volume equals base times height. Okay? So what this capital B means is your area of the base. Okay? H is how high it is. Okay? So it's going to be the area of your base. So we're talking about a cylinder. Okay, how do I find the area of the base? Okay, this is pi r squared. Okay, so for a cylinder, okay, I'll have V equals B times H. Okay, to find B, okay, remember B is your area. Okay, what is the area of this circle? How do you find it? Okay, it is pi r squared. Okay, times how high it is. Okay, so the formula we're going to use, okay, is we're going to do V equals the area of the base, and we're talking about a cylinder. We're talking about the base being a circle, which is pi r squared, times how high it is. Okay, and this is just for a cylinder. Okay, so anytime we have an object, you can always find the area of the base. Okay, if that would have been a different shape, it would have been a different formula. But since it's a cylinder, the cylinder has a round base. Okay, it has a circle as its base. We're going to plug in pi r squared for B. Okay, and so now from here on out, for the rest of the lesson, we are going to use this one. I just wanted to show you where that formula came from and why we use this one instead of this one up here. Okay. So let's look at example A. Okay, so I have a cylinder, and it's not going to be a perfect one. Okay, it's going to look something like this. My radius is 3. and then my height is m. So we know this is a cylinder. We know my base is a circle, so we're going to use the formula. V equals pi r squared h. Okay? So plug in my values. My radius is 3. Remember, my radius is from here to here. Okay? That distance right there. And then my height is 6. Okay? I'm going to plug that in the calculator, but I'm going to leave pi on the outside. Okay, so I'm just going to do these two. So 3 squared is 9. Okay, bring down my 6. 9 times 6 is going to give me 54 pi. Okay. If they ask you to leave it in terms of pi, this is your answer. Okay. So if I said solve this and leave it in the terms of pi, you're going to give me 54 pi. If I say, give me the volume, and I don't mention anything about pi, you have to times it by pi. So times it by 3.14. So pi equals 3.14. So 54 times 3.14 is going to give me approximately 169.56. Okay, and that's going to be my answer right here. Okay, so the volume of this cylinder is 169.56 meters cubed. Okay, because when we talk about volume, we're talking about cubes. Okay, and that's how you would solve for volume. Okay, let's look at another one. Example B. Find the volume of a cylinder with a radius of 4 feet and a height of 15 feet. Okay. So we know that my radius is 4 and my height is 15. Okay, and they want us to find the volume, okay, of a cylinder. So it's going to be V equals pi r squared h. Plug in your values. Okay. 4 squared is 16. So 16 times 15 is going to give me 240 pi. Okay. Again, if they said leave it in the terms of pi, that would be my answer. However, they want me to find the volume, so I have to keep going. So 240 times 3.14 is going to give me 753.6. I'm going to round to my lowest number. So I have 754 feet cubed. Okay. And that's going to be my answer. So all you do is just plug in the numbers into the formula. We only do one more before I'm going to let you do practice problems. Let's look at C. Okay, so I'm given this and they want me to find the volume. Okay, however, look, this whole piece, okay, do you see how it goes from one end to the other? This is not a radius. A radius would be half of that. Okay, so this is called a diameter, is the diameter. Okay, you need a radius. So cut in half. Okay, because if you come up here and you're trying to find the volume is pi r squared h. Okay, r stands for radius. It does not stand for diameter. If you plug 8 in for r, you're going to get it wrong. Okay, because it wants the radius. So to find the radius, if you have a diameter, you're just going to divide by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Now this is your r. Okay? So you're going to plug those values in. Okay, and then you're going to solve. Okay, 16 times 12 is 192 pi. Okay, again, if I say leave it in terms of pi, that would be in, but I want a number. So I'm going to do 192 times 3.14. Okay, and I'm going to get 602.88 to be my answer. So now I want you to try these two. And I want you to try A and then B. Okay. So go ahead, pause the video, work these two out, and then come back and we will go over the answers. Okay, welcome back. Let's go over the answers. Okay, find the volume of this cylinder. So we're going to use the volume formula because that's what we're trying to find. Okay. So I'm going to plug in my values. My radius is 3. My height is 9. So I have 9 times 9. 9 times 9 is 81 pi. Okay, 81 times 3.14 is going to give me 254.34 meters cubed. Okay, and that's going to be my answer. Okay, let's look at the next one. Same thing. Find the volume. We're going to use the formula. Pi r squared over h, but be careful because when we plug in my r is not 12. This is the diameter. How do I find the radius? Cut it in half. So 12 divided by 2 is going to give me 6. So my radius equals 6. Times my height, which is 19. 6 squared is 36 times 19. 19 times 36 is 684 pi, which is about 2,147.76 yards cubed. Okay, and that is my answer. So before we end today, I'm going to give you a test question that was on the release EOG. Okay, because chances are of them just giving you an object like this and telling you to find the volume is very slim. Okay, they're going to give you a lot of words. So I'll expose you to it. So let's look at this one, example 2. Okay, a cylindrical barrel has a height of 8 feet and a diameter of 6 feet. What is the approximate volume of that barrel? Okay, this is your keyword for we're talking about a cylinder. Okay, and if you didn't know that, what shape is a barrel in? It's in a cylindrical shape. Okay, so it's going to look something like this. Okay. So it says it has a height of 8 feet. Okay. With a diameter of 6 feet. So it's going to be through the whole thing. That whole thing is 6 feet. What is the volume? So we know what shape it is. So we're going to use volume equals pi r squared times my h. Now I have a diameter. How do I find my radius? Cut it in half. Okay, you're going to do 6 divided by 2, which is going to give me 3, and that's going to be my radius. So I'm going to have 3 squared times 8. 3 squared is 9. Okay. 9 times 8 is 72. So again, if this is one of the answer choices, you can stop. However, if they have a decimal or a number, you're going to need to do 72 times 3.14. And that's going to give you 226.08 feet cubed. Okay, because we're talking about the volume. Okay, and that's how you're going to do that. Okay, that is all for today's lesson. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. Have a good day.